No one expected this to blow up again. But here we are. The internet is digging deep, analyzing every clip, every post, trying to unravel what happened to a girl most people didn't even know existed. Her name's Ava Bari, a young white girl Diddy said he took in from the streets during a 2020 Instagram Live. And then, nothing. No photos, no updates, no birthday wishes. Just silence. If this was some influencer's adopted kid, no one would blink. But this is Diddy. We're talking about.
So, I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man.
Diddy's name is now tangled up in lawsuits, raids, and way too many creepy allegations. So when Jaguar Wright steps forward and says, "I know what really happened with Ava," people pay attention, because Jaguar only speaks when she's got something serious to say.
But these bitches, they doing I wouldn't do. I know a Punisher when I see one.
Judging by all the heat around this case, it looks like things are about to explode. From day one, people have been side-eyeing the whole situation.
Guess what? Don't nobody want to admit that they a victim, so they pretend to be friends.
That announcement video from Diddy showed him sitting next to Ava, saying she was from the streets, then nudging her to tell him what happened. But Ava's awkward, clearly coached response, something like, "He saw me, picked me up, and said I could come in and play," felt off. Not touching, not sweet, just weird. And as usual, the internet did what it does best. Started digging. Old photos surfaced showing Ava hanging out with Diddy's biological kids, the Combs twins, years before her so-called adoption. So how could she really be from the streets if she was already part of the family? That's when people started suspecting this wasn't some random act of kindness, something else was going on. It didn't help that right after the adoption announcement, Ava disappeared from the spotlight. No more posts, no appearances, no birthday shout-outs, no vacations. Fans asked, "Where's Ava?" But all they got was silence. It was like she'd been quietly erased. Then, Ava briefly resurfaced in a casual video with the Combs twins. She looked older, but distant, barely speaking. Eyes down, her body language screaming discomfort. That moment made people believe Ava hadn't vanished, she was being hidden. Her social media also raised alarms. A TikTok profile appeared with cryptic captions like "Life gets hard when you're forced into experiences you didn't ask for." The account racked up millions of views, but viewers weren't focused on the content they were fixated on. Strange reflections in the background, an older man's shadow, hotel furniture, weird vibes. Speculation grew that Ava was being watched, or worse, controlled. And when you add that to Diddy's messy past of controversial parties in places like Bangkok and Morocco, where laws are lax and rumors darker, it paints a chilling picture people don't want to believe but can't ignore. Especially when Jaguar Wright drops cryptic hints that Diddy's parties were more than just celebrity fun.
He's the acceptable monster at this time, like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
Diddy's parties allegedly became playgrounds for things no one wants to talk about. The most chilling part? Some believe Ava Barron might actually be Ava Grace Baldwin, a young girl who vanished in 2015 at just 6 years old. When side-by-side photos surfaced, the resemblance was striking. Now the internet is demanding answers. Did Diddy really adopt Ava? Was it even legal? Where did she come from? And why does the whole story feel more like a cover-up than a rescue? No one knows for sure. But if Jaguar Wright's claims carry any truth, this goes deeper than anyone imagined. It's not just Ava's sudden disappearance that's unsettling, it's the confusing trail of contradictions and red flags. Diddy didn't quietly adopt her, he made a show of it. That livestream introduction wasn't a private family moment, it was a performance. He prompted Ava to speak, had her call him Papa, and pushed her through a strangely scripted intro that felt more like branding than genuine. Then, when Ava awkwardly said, "I'm Ava, I'm a Scorpio," it struck a nerve, something you'd hear on a dating profile, not from a nervous child sitting beside a man twice her size. She even stumbled over her own name. Ava, Ava Combe, Ava Combe, as if she was still being told who she was supposed to be. This wasn't just awkward, it seemed rehearsed, forced. Some say nerves, others say trauma. Watching family videos, Ava always seemed distant and withdrawn, never really part of the picture. One clip from a family bake-off made people pause. Diddy's biological kids were laughing and playing, but Ava stayed quiet, avoided eye contact, and flinched when anyone came close. Then Jaguar Wright's voice grew louder. She's never been afraid to stir controversy, but this time, she alleged trafficking rings, illegal adoptions, and children passed around under the radar. She claimed Diddy wasn't alone. A network of powerful people used their wealth and status to collect kids under the guise of charity. The comparison to Madonna wasn't random. Diddy supposedly modeled his adoption after her. But while Madonna faced backlash, she always had paperwork. With Diddy? Nothing. No records, no guardianship filings, no court documents, just that one live stream. It's as if Ava never officially existed in his family. Even Diddy's sons Christian and Justin got pulled into the story. Jaguar and others say they weren't innocent bystanders. Christian, in particular, was named in a lawsuit tied to a yacht incident involving Diddy, painting a picture of a family tangled in shady business. If Christian was covering things up, it raises serious questions about who Ava was left with. Little. Rod, a vocal accuser in Diddy's ongoing legal battles, claimed publicly that Diddy's so-called humanitarian acts were smoke and mirrors, that Ava's presence was a business move for optics, not protection. When the pressure mounted, Diddy did what he always does. He vanished her from the public eye, but the internet doesn't forget. Every re-uploaded clip, every dissected comment, every zoomed-in photo background keeps this story alive. Ava's silence only fuels the whispers. Now everyone's waiting for Jaguar to drop what she's been hinting at for months. If she's got proof, this won't just be rumor, it'll be a firestorm. One clip still haunts people, when Ava nervously tells how Diddy found her on the streets and brought her into play. It sounds innocent, but peel back the layers and it's terrifying. Where were her real parents? Why was she on the streets? How does a billionaire casually bring a child home and never explain again? Ava even said she still had beautiful parents, making it even more confusing. If she had family, why was she with Diddy? Why didn't they come forward? Did they willingly give her up, or were they never part of the picture? Speculation grew that maybe her parents never gave her up. Maybe she was taken. Maybe money was involved. Some even suggested Ava was trafficked, pointing to the eerie resemblance to missing girl Ava Grace Baldwin. Then came the TikTok account, a page claiming to be Ava Baron Combs, full of short videos with strange captions and haunting vibes. One post read, "Life gets hard when you're forced into experiences you didn't ask for." That wasn't teenage drama. It sounded like a survivor. Stranger still were the reflections. Shadows of an older man, glimpses of a phone or hotel room showing up in the background. Not a parent just nearby, but supervision, monitoring, control. People started wondering, was Ava really running that account? Or was someone else using her face to send messages or hide her in plain sight? Jaguar kept pushing, saying this wasn't just about Diddy, it was an industry-wide problem. A system protecting the powerful while exploiting the vulnerable. She named label execs, party hosts, handlers, even other celebrities. According to Jaguar, Ava wasn't the only child trapped in this web, just the one we noticed. She claimed to have receipts, names, paperwork, messages, but the closer she got to exposing something big, the more threats she said she received. At one point, she went live in tears. "If something happens to me, y'all know why." That only made her claims more believable. If it was just a conspiracy, why silence her? Meanwhile, lawsuits against Diddy keep piling up. His legal team stays quiet, but cracks are showing. Deals are pulled, brands are distancing, old friends are walking away. He's not untouchable anymore. And maybe, just maybe, those rumors are closer to the truth than anyone expected. So now the biggest question remains. Where is Ava? Not the Ava on TikTok, not the one in the PR video, the real Ava. The girl who sat next to Diddy, unsure, awkward, out of place. If she's safe, why hasn't she spoken up? Why the silence?